Thank you.
Thank you, God.
And even though our sense of sight is marvelous, I don't want us to undervalue the blessing of our sense of smell. For our ability to smell is also vitally important. Our sense of smell can wake us up to the smell of smoke while our eyes are yet closed. Our sense of smell can tell us when gas is leaking without ever having to hear the sound. Our sense of smell can remind us to take cover because every now and again, Erica, you can smell when a storm is coming. I'm glad I can see, Mr. Jimmy, but I'm also glad that I can smell. I'm glad that I can smell in the yard when my mama's been frying chicken. I'm glad that I can smell the neck of a freshly bathed baby. I'm glad that I can smell the flowers that I get while I yet live. So many things are enhanced in life when the other senses are coupled with an aroma. Apple pie is better because I can smell it. Fresh cut grass is more lovely because I can smell it. And the sand on the beach near the ocean is better because I can smell it. Is there anybody that's ever been taken back to a certain memory just by a smell? Have you ever smelled something that vividly brought up something in your past just because of the scent? There's a woman in here right now that can smell some cool water cologne and lose it because a man wore it in 1990. And there's a woman in here that's ashamed to admit that his blood begins to rush when he smells that oil of Olay lotion on a woman's hands. It's the scent. It's the odor because our biological tendency is to connect smells with events, people, and memories. However, my argument today, Rodney, is that every aroma is not necessarily what we perceive it to be. In other words, everything ain't what it smells like. Yes, sometimes, Pookie, smells can be deceptive. Sometimes they can be misleading, and sometimes they can be downright confusing. Let me see if I can prove my case today. Some fabuloso in a toilet can make you think that a dirty bathroom is clean. Febreze on an old couch can make it smell like it's fresh and new. Money on a 70-year-old sugar daddy can make him smell sexy. And money on a hard-looking cougar can make her look enticing. Yeah. Some smells are not exactly what they appear to be. Has anyone here ever smelled one thing but thought you were smelling something else?
Wow.
You smelled sweet potato pie, but you found out it was pumpkin.
Yeah.
Have you ever smelled turkey bacon and you thought somebody was frying real bacon? Have you ever smelled leaves burning and you thought, oh Lord, somebody's got the grill popping?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is not what it smells like. And my argument today is that sometimes not only are smells deceptive in the natural, they are also deceptive in the spiritual. I came to encourage somebody with an unpleasant odor in your life today that it might not be what it smells like. I came to uplift somebody that's got something stinking in your life that it might not be what it smells like. I came to lift up the head of somebody that's got some stank going on today to tell you that something that's smelling in your life might not be what it smells like. What the enemy smells for you is not necessarily what God smells for you. What the enemy thinks that he can make stink in your life is not going to result in the stink that he thinks it is. I need every disgusting, stinking attack that is cloaked in the filthy odor of the enemy to understand that God has equipped us with a spiritual sense of smell that allows us to distinguish what we're actually smelling. As we mature in Christ, our spiritual nose is going to begin to be even more keen than our natural nose.
Yeah.
And the enemy needs to understand that what he smells and what I smell in the spirit are two totally different things.
That's right.
Let's take it to the text today, shall we? First of all, what smells natural to me might smell unnatural to my enemy. Let's dig into the story. Now remember, it said that when Ehud stabbed Eglon in the belly, dung came out. He stabbed him in his bowels. Now, if dung came out for the nurses in the house, Sharonda, then there had to be a smell. And it says that they stood outside the door thinking that the king was relieving himself. But they stood there for so long that they became embarrassed. In other words, they stood there until an amount of time had passed, even with the smell that seemed unnatural. But what they were really smelling was not him using the bathroom. It was the smell of his bowels being spilled in the midst of his death. I dare to offer this morning that was unnatural. But if I look at it from Ehud's perspective, it was the most natural thing in the world. Why would it be unnatural for one of God's children to smell the scent of the death of our enemy? Eglon was an ungodly king. He was an enemy to God's people. So why wouldn't it be natural for him to sniff the scent of the demise of Eglon when he should have never been king to God's people anyway? He never should have had a stronghold that affected God's people. That's why everything ain't what it smells like, Asia, because the death of a stronghold might smell odd to the enemy, but the death of a stronghold should smell completely normal to us. What's unnatural is when the smell that is allowed is a smell of the enemy's control. We can look at somebody beside you for the first time today and say it never should have had you anyway. Yeah, look at somebody on the other side and say the enemy never should have had you anyway.
The enemy should have now had you anyway.
Been under the enemy's control. I should never have let it get a grip on my life. I should never have allowed it to infiltrate my spirit. But when I didn't do what God said, something rotten got all up and through my life. And it got so bad, Rodney, that I didn't have any choice but to gut it. It was the only natural thing for a child of God to do. Is it anybody in the house this morning that'll say, I got some stuff that's rotten in my life right now? No, I need some real honest folk. I know you're saved, I know you're sanctified, I know you're Holy Ghost filled, but I need somebody that'll say, I let some stuff get the stinking on me that I never should have allowed to have a stronghold on me. I let some stuff take over and ruin me that I never should have allowed close to me in the first place. And now that I've been disobedient to what God said, it's starting to stink more and more. But what I need the enemy to understand that what you smell in my life is not necessarily what the smell is going to turn out to be. Can I make a declaration to the enemy on today? I need to tell you, Mr. Enemy, that the smell that you smell is the smell of my rebellion. Is there somebody in here this morning that'll say, even though I got some stuff, even though I'm being ruled by some stuff, even though I'm being controlled by some stuff, I'm ready to lead a rebellion. I need somebody in the house today that'll find somebody that looks like they're ready to rebel. And I need you to give them some rebellion instructions. Will you look at somebody close in your eye and say it's going to stink when you got to cut it?
It's gonna stink when you gotta
Yeah, look at somebody on the other side and say it's going to stink when you got to cut it. Because when you let something get out of control and you got to go in and kill it where it stinks, it's going to make a stench when you got to cut it out of your life. I need somebody in the house today that'll say, I know it's going to stink, but I still got to cut it. I know it's going to make a fight, but I still got to cut it. Now when you look back at the same neighbor, because you know they've been trying to get rid of it for a while, but it still ain't made no stink. It still ain't left their life. Look back at the same neighbor and say, if it ain't stinking yet,
If it ain't stinking
you ain't
yet,
cut it deep
you
enough
ain't
yet.
cut it deep enough.
Look at him and say, if it ain't stinking yet,
Yes.
you ain't worked hard enough on it
Not
yet.
hard enough.
If it ain't turning some stuff upside down, then you ain't
Come on.
But me killing it smells natural to me. The second thing,
Yeah.
Andrea, is if it smells like it should be hidden, then it probably really needs to be exposed. Listen, the servants stood outside the door all that time, Sharonda, because they thought that Eglon was doing something that needed to be hidden. They thought that the smell was because there was something happening that should be kept behind closed doors. But what they didn't realize, Danielle, was that what they were smelling should have been exposed much earlier than it was.
Oh, come on.
They should have opened the door much sooner so that what was wrong could be made known and taken care of. They were defeated, Tamara, because they were so busy trying to hide something that should actually have not been hidden. They thought they were hiding some shame, but they were really hiding an attack. Can I caution the people of God this morning? We do too much hiding. We do too much time trying to hide things that really need to be exposed. So the enemy has more liberty and more time to intensify his attack because we're so determined to keep his filthiness hidden behind closed doors. Oh, I'm preaching in here today.
That's right.
Some of us have some hidden attacks that should have been uncovered a long time ago. Some of us are going through some terrible struggles in solitude because we don't want anybody to know what's going on. So the enemy has free reign behind closed doors because we're too ashamed and too prideful to kick the door in and expose the issue for what really is going on behind closed doors. But if we're ever going to overcome the enemy, we're going to have to first admit that we are under attack from the enemy. Come on and tell somebody beside you it's time to expose what's causing your smell. Yeah, look at somebody on the other side and say it's time to expose what's causing your smell.
Time to
Is there
expose what's
anybody
causing your
in the
smell?
house today that's like me? And sometimes you get under attack and you don't want nobody to know. Is there anybody that's like me that wants to put on a brave face?
That's right.
Anybody like me
Come
that
on.
wants to smile when you really ain't got nothing to smile about?
Yeah.
Is it anybody like me that suffers under the cloak of darkness? Well, that's what I came to expose in the house today. God told me the enemy is having free reign behind your closed doors because you want to expose the attack that you are under. Now, that don't mean telling everybody your business. That don't mean going on social media to tell everybody. But as long as the enemy can control you in silence, then you're never going to be delivered outward in public. I need somebody in the house today to encourage your neighbor. I know y'all are preaching to your neighbor today, but this is what the Lord gave me. Look at somebody beside you and say, don't let your life
Don't let your life
spill out and die
spill out and die.
because you're embarrassed.
Because
you're
Now, look at
embarrassed.
somebody on the other side that might be going through, and you ain't got to tell them your brother. Say, don't let your life
Don't let your life
spill out and die.
spin out and die.
Because you might be embarrassed.
Because you might be
Now,
embarrassed.
break it down, make it even simpler. Look back at him and say, don't hide your attack.
Don't hide your attack.
Don't hide your attack.
Don't hide your
Can I
attack.
just finish that statement out? Because everybody's got one. There ain't nobody sitting in this house that is not being attacked in some area of your life. There is nobody under the sound of my voice that the enemy ain't working on something behind closed doors. And God said, if you tell it for what it is, I got a problem with my overeating. I got a problem with running my mouth too much. I got a problem with spending too much money. I got a problem with drinking too much. I got a problem with creeping around. God said if you expose it for what it is, then the enemy can continue to attack you. When somebody's right outside the door that can save your very life, I need somebody in this house that's ready to expose what the enemy has done to you. God told me to tell somebody that somebody needs to know the attack that you're under so that when he brings you out, you can have somebody to help you tell it.
That's it.
God said, I ain't trying to make you embarrassed. business. But you need to tell one godly somebody so that when I bring you out from under the attack, you'll have somebody to help you tell it. When you look at the person beside you and say, can I trust you?
Can I trust you?
With my testimony.
With my testimony.
Can I trust you? Once I come out, God needs some folks that'll take what's behind my door and help me keep it quiet until God delivers me. And then we tell the testimony together. Somebody say, I need one somebody. I need just one somebody. I need just one somebody that won't stand outside the door and let me get attacked when you could have helped me the whole time. I need one somebody that'll kick the door in and see what's going on with me. I need one somebody that'll say, I don't care how bad it smells. I don't care how messed up you are. I don't care how hard it is to love you. I'm kicking the door in and see what's smelling in your life. Will you high-five somebody and say, I'll be your door kicker? I'll be your door kicker. I won't let the enemy have you. I won't let the enemy attack you. I won't let the enemy kill you while I'm standing outside the door. Because I know that I smell something. But everything ain't what it smells like. I ain't got an attitude. I'm just suffering. I ain't being antisocial. I'm just financially struggling. I ain't trying to put you off, but I don't really know what to say. And I just need one somebody. I just need one somebody that'll kick the door in and say, I smell something wrong going on. I smell something that's unnatural. I smell something that's not right in your life. But I'm going to come in there and intercede in your attack. Because what smells unnatural might be natural. What smells like it should be hidden might need to be exposed. And what smells like a loss might smell like victory. Because they thought they smelled a king. Come on. That was just losing some weight. But what they were really smelling was the king losing his life and the king losing his kingdom. This was the first whiff of Israel breaking the yoke that the Moabites had over them. And God told me to make a proclamation. He said, after you smell blood, you always gonna smell victory. I dare somebody to go up in a praise. I dare somebody to open up your mouth. Because God said, after this smell, after this smell that smells like the death of you, He said the next smell you gonna smell say